Welcome to the channel. My name's Tom. I travel the US digging up artifacts. Today I'll be working in Page, North Dakota, behind where the Brass Rail Hotel, Saloon, and Restaurant once stood. It was a pioneer-era business located on Main Street near the train tracks. It saw all kinds of traffic. I've got a really good feeling about this. Most of the hotel grounds is now a vacant lot. You can see there's a lot of grounds to cover between the train tracks and the sidewalk. I'll set out a grid. On the east side of the lot, just off of the sidewalk, you'll see I kicked some marks in the ground. I pushed a probe rod through and hit what I believe is stove ashes, and at about 7 feet I was hitting glass and some other objects. We'll get this thing opened up. This is unusual. We're getting extreme mixed signals on this. Here's the pit. You'll see there's a wooden wall. That looks like some kind of divider or maybe a wall to an outhouse. You'll see all these different layers, that orangish red color that indicates ashes from the 20s, 30s, 40s. We got a few pieces. Again, extreme mixed signals. The liquor flask here seems newer, 1940s, 50s. That ginger ale bottle's probably from the 40s as well. And then we got this hand-blown light bulb from 1910. And these extract bottles that seem to date from the 1920s. We've got a ways to go, but it's definitely worth continuing. This is turning into a nightmare. A storm blew up. It's downpouring rain. We've set up a canopy to stop the water from running in. The pit was actually filling up. We had to bucket out a bunch of it. There must have been a foot at the bottom, but time waits for no one. We'll continue on. Here's what we're working with. This is a disaster. You can see the water was running in. I'll have to bucket some more out. I felt some objects on that right hand side, so I'll get this cleaned up and see what's down there. Well, the wind's picking up and it looks like there's some more severe weather on the way, so we're going to cover the pit over and come back tomorrow. The weather should be decent today. There were actually 2 tornadoes and hail that came out of the storm yesterday. I was looking at the dimensions of this thing. It's big. It's at least 7 feet wide. I'll start by widening this thing out and digging down to the use layer. Down about 5 feet, this blue color caught my eye right away. Look at that. Okay, this is a poison bottle. This thing might have a tooled top. Okay, it's early machine made. So that's an early machine made poison bottle. That thing is beautiful. Looks like some kind of prescription. Getting through a cap layer, we should be getting into the use layer here very soon. Some kind of machine-made prescription bottle. Looks to be probably from about 1915, 1920. It's likely over 100 years old. What do we have here? Some kind of pharmaceutical bottle, maybe apothecary piece. Looks like there's some markings on the bottom, but it might just be a manufacturing code. FGW or FCW, not sure if I've seen that before. Yeah, just a old cork top piece. And another prescription bottle. Blue ribbon style. This thing's got a tooled top. So this thing's likely from 1908 to 1916, right in that date range. This is good. This is a really good sign. And an extract bottle. Yeah, some kind of a flavoring extract. Would have been like lemon, vanilla. Look at all this stuff. I'm like digging through this coal ash of some sort. And another flavoring extract bottle. This one's filled with groundwater, over 100 years old. Looks like we've got a soda bottle, some kind of crown top. Nothing home on it. Just a blank, would have had a paper label on it. Has some groundwater. We're getting into a solid use layer and a lot of groundwater. Here's a prescription bottle, lyric style, made by the Illinois Glass Company. It's early machine made, circa 1920. And another one. No embossing on the bottom of this one. It's another early machine made piece though, circa 1920. This pit is absolutely loaded. I can barely get my trowel through. What do we have here? A broken soda bottle. I don't see any embossing on it. It would be nice to know what town it was from. We can kind of see where they were getting their supplies. Look at all this. Looks like a patent medicine. It was likely a Chamberlain's. Looks like it's an early machine made piece, maybe a sample size. Here we go, a liquor flask, 1 pint full measure. Early machine made, dates this from 1910 to 1920. Oh wow, and an extract bottle. This thing looks like it's still got some product inside of it, some kind of flavoring extract, no embossing. There we go. A.M. Smith. This might be an Aqua one. Minneapolis, Minnesota, California Wine Depot. So it's got the 1907 date on it. That's nice. These were dated, so that puts us in this era. It could have been held onto for a few years, but we're definitely in the right layers. What do we have here? I've got a ball mason jar, number 8 on the bottom. It's a no drop day, looks like a double loop. This is one of the most classic mason jars ever made. Some kind of a tooled top pharmaceutical bottle. No embossing on the thing. I think it's probably 110 years old. Probably dates back to about 1910. Oh, we're into a solid use layer here. You can see the color of the ground has changed. This is definitely an old outhouse pit. Here's an extract bottle. It's got a tool top. This thing's like 110 years old. I can barely get my trowel through the ground. There's so much stuff in here. Got a prescription bottle. Another lyric style made by the Illinois Glass Company. Look at all this stuff. This is amazing. Got another one. No embossing on this one. It's early machine made. what's going on with this. Okay, that's early machine-made beer. It's got a really nice color to it, a really nice aqua. Pre-Prohibition, 1910 to 1920. And this is all left over from the old outhouse. I guess this bottom part wasn't cleaned out. But that's good for us because there's still things to find in it. And an early machine-made extract bottle, flat style. No end in sight. Looks like a early machine-made apothecary type piece, pharmaceutical bottle. I can see we're well into the water table. We got bottles just floating up. Here's a tooled top, flat style extract bottle, flavoring extract. I'm just hearing all kinds of stuff clicking down here. That's an unusual piece. It's got like a pry-off cap, PD and Company, so that's Park Davis. They were the largest pharmaceutical manufacturers in the US, I believe, during the turn of the century. Vaseline jar, Chesbro, manufacturer, New York, another very popular product during the turn of the century. And a liquor flask. This one's got a glass stopper in it. Looks like a Mikado style. It would be 1910 to 1920. We've got a mug base here. I think it's a soda. I'm not sure if it's a Crown Top or a Hutchinson style, but yeah, stone crown bottom. This will likely be an embossed bottle anyway. Oh, the top's knocked off. So it was from the American Bottling Association of Fargo, North Dakota. I'm not sure if this thing was machine made or had a tooled top. The top's missing, obviously. Otherwise they would have likely returned it. Then over here, got I think a patent medicine style bottle. Oh, what's this? You know, I don't think I've seen one of these before. Merchants Coffee Incorporated, Louisville, Kentucky. That's really cool. That's a tooled top. You know, I thought it was some kind of a patent medicine. I think it was an extract, possibly. That's unusual. Well, I definitely found bottom, but I haven't found the side yet, the west side. Here's a little like vial of some sort. Could have been like a sputum vial. It could have been for diagnosing tuberculosis. Someone would have spit in this and sent it to the laboratory back in the day. It's the right era. Oh wow, that's a very ornate cold cream container. It's got like that ribbed design on it. It's milk glass. And another toiletry bottle. I think it's another Nile. Yeah, Nile quality, early machine made piece. And a prescription bottle. This thing should have been embossed. MD Co. You can see it has some really nice iridescence on it, or opaling. That's from being in the ground so many years. That's got a reinforced lip. I'd put it at somewhere from 1908 to 1916. This ground down here is hard packed. And a round stand style ink bottle, early machine made, circa 1915. I found the final wall of the pit. Got a prescription bottle, circa 1905. It's the oldest one yet. Oh, little machine-made liquor flask. It's got a really nice color. I don't see any embossing. Dates from 1910 to 1920. Got a machine-made liquor flask. Again, that 1910 to 1920 range. It's like a big prescription bottle. Another one. Let's see. These walls are kind of collapsing in, so it's kind of hard to get this one out. Let's see. Oh. Early machine made by the Illinois Glass Company. If this thing is embossed, we'll have something good going on here. Let's see. Nothing home. No embossing on the bottom. I'd put this thing at 1908 to 1916. There's the wall. This pit's done. This is one of the wildest things I've seen. So the wood bracing was preserved from the groundwater and the depth, but this bracing was made out of an old sign. Looks like the letter R and maybe a B. It's hard to tell exactly. Unfortunately, there isn't enough that survived to salvage or read, but looks like it was painted in black paint, probably a linseed oil paint. Here's the haul from the first pit we dug on this lot, and I say that because I angle probed right into another pit that's directly next to it. It seems loaded, but I'll give the rundown of what we got from the first one. I concluded it was an outhouse pit used by the hotel from about 1910 to 1920. Got a good variety here. Mason jars, some liquor bottles. That A.M. Smith wine, I believe it actually predates the pit, as does this Hutchinson bottle. That cold cream container, some toiletries, prescriptions, medicines, a Listerine and a poison, some pharmaceuticals, beer bottles, and some flavoring extracts. Well, there you have it. we'll get started on the second pit. Here's the area I've been working. You'll notice this wall in the center. That's actually the lining to the first pit I dug here on this lot. I tunneled into what I believe is another one. It dates back to the Prohibition era. I mentioned this is seeming to be a Prohibition era pit, and we've got all kinds of soda bottles. There we go. First one, it's a early machine made, I'd say a 1920s piece. What else we got here? There we go, Hamm's St. Paul. This is actually like a Prohibition soda. So Hamm's is known for beer, but during Prohibition they stayed afloat by selling soda. This is one of those bottles this is historic. Broken soda bottle. And a liquor flask. So a full half pint. That's a screw top. You know, this could be like a medicinal liquor sold during Prohibition, or it could be from just after the Prohibition era. I can barely get a trowel through here. There's so much stuff. Looks like some kind of pharmaceutical bottle, maybe a prescription of some sort. It's a machine-made piece, probably from the 1920s. And a flavoring extract. So it's too soon to tell, but during Prohibition, folks would evade liquor laws by drinking flavoring extract. It had a similar alcohol content to whiskey. This could be from that era. Look at all this stuff. Might have another soda. Okay, a ketchup bottle. It was a restaurant, so that makes sense. It could have been Heinz or Hunt's ketchup. Another soda bottle. That's another 1920s piece, machine-made crown top. May have a beer, another bottle here, another flavoring extract. So it was a restaurant that could have been doing some baking as well. Looks like it could be a mineral water. Just a manufacturing coat on the bottom. I don't think that's a beer. I think it could be a soda or, yeah, like a table water type bottle. Some kind of a flavoring extract, I think. Could be a medicine. It's a ball neck panel style. These held extracts and medicines. The same Prohibition era. And another threaded top liquor flask. Yeah, again, this could be Prohibition era, could be a medicinal. It looks like it still has some contents in it. Well, the sides started collapsing in, but oh, there we go, the water table. I dug it out. What do we have here? Duluth. Fitgers. Okay, that's another company that survived during Prohibition by selling soda. This is significant. This is Prohibition era for sure. And another Hamm's soda. It's so hard to see this because of mud, but you'll see Hamm's St. Paul. That's another Prohibition era soda. Okay, 3-in-1 oil. That's machine made. I believe WD-40 owns this now, or the WD-40 company. This was just an all-purpose oil, basically. Could be used on bike chains, clocks, etc. And another Ham's Prohibition soda. Amazing. The sides keep collapsing on this thing, but I'm still working through. Another ball neck panel piece. Could be a medicine or an extract. This looks like a condiment container. Probably a ketchup bottle. Oh yeah, definitely a Heinz or a Hunt's ketchup. I can see lime. We threw this down on outhouse pits way back when to neutralize the smell and disinfect. What do we have? Another Prohibition era hams. Those are cool. They have a nice design. That eagle on them is something. There's a woodline side. Another flat style extract bottle, 1920s. And beer, you know, could be a near beer from Prohibition, or it could be from the late Prohibition era. It's machine made. And I had a couple down here. Let's see. It's about at bottom. We're like 8 feet in the ground. It's hard to tell from the screen. Another soda bottle, straight side, Prohibition era. It's got some good age. It's a patent medicine. It's machine made, no embossing. Would have had a paper label on the front. More sodas. Maybe a prescription bottle or a extract. Trying to dig so this doesn't collapse, so I'm in kind of a narrow pit. Another flat style extract. There could be another near beer or a pre-Prohibition beer. That's machine made. That's right on the cusp of Prohibition era, I suppose. And another soda bottle, another straight-sided thing. Yeah, no company name on it. Circa 1925. Down in the muck, you can see we found a wood-lined side here. Still working in minimal space. Here's a prescription bottle. Owens. Okay, so yeah, the Owens Glass Company. That's a threaded top, 8-ounce prescription bottle. It's like a pre-Prohibition one. Full half-pint liquor bottle. So this pit is right on the cusp of Prohibition to post-Prohibition. Liquor bottles to soda bottles, soft drinks. This stream got a side trying to collapse on us. The Lambert Chemical Company. another prescription bottle. Threaded top, 1920s, I'd say circa 1930. And a ketchup bottle from the Brass Rails restaurant. It's got some groundwater in it. And could it be another Prohibition soda bottle? What is this one? Yeah, another Hamm's Prohibition soda. Broken water pitcher. Another soda bottle. Sides are going down. 1920s Prohibition era. There's more. He's got a threaded top prescription bottle. There it goes. Oh. Yeah, this might be too dangerous to continue. Toward the bottom of this thing, got some liquor flasks. Let's see. So that's this one dates just before Prohibition started. This is probably like 1919. It's a machine-made piece. And another one. This one could actually be a tooled top. I think that's a tooled top. Could have been something that was left over. This is definitely, this pit's definitely out of the tooled top era. Yeah, some kind of prescription bottle made by the Owens Glass Company. That was somewhere in Illinois. Threaded top. And a beer bottle. Machine made. Could be a near beer from Prohibition era, but this is filled with groundwater. Looks like a really nice amber color though. And a machine-made flat style extract. Looks to be yeah, 1920s. And another machine-made extract bottle, flat style, likely used for baking or just getting drunk. And a ball neck panel piece. Could have been a medicine or an extract. There's no embossing on it, unfortunately. And another extract. Definitely a Prohibition era pit. And another. Sometimes these will have local embossing on them, but yeah, these are just blanks. Would have had paper labels. And another. Looks like it has some residue in this one. Found the bottom of this thing, and there's still a bunch of stuff down here. This looks like a jelly jar. Sometimes these have a patent date on them. This one doesn't. It's a machine-made piece. Solid use layer down there. Could be a Prohibition era medicinal liquor flask, or just after Prohibition. It's a threaded top. So much stuff in here, it's just kind of like wedged together. Another maybe baking extract or medicine, ball neck panel. And another baking extract, classic Prohibition pit. All right, some kind of condiment container. That could be a ketchup type of Hans or Heinz ketchup. And a machine-made liquor flask. Again, either a Prohibition era and it's medicinal, or yeah, it could be a post-Prohibition. And there we go, another Hams. Another Hams Prohibition era soda from St. Paul. Must have had a case of this stuff delivered here. Oh, look at that. Oh wow, what's this say on it? Kind of mason jar. McDonald New Perfect Seal. Patented July 14th, 1908. That's really cool. It's like a lightning seal. You know, this could have held moonshine. It's that Prohibition era, and it's an old mason jar. It's machine made. And a medicine. That's definitely a patent medicine. Machine made, 1920s. Yeah. And another one. Still got the cork in it. The groundwater and depth probably preserved it all these years. On a solid use layer. This is definitely an outhouse pit used by the brass rail they have here. See some embossing. Western Bottling Works. Okay. Yeah, Moorhead, Minnesota. If you look close on the shoulder there, you'll see Western Bottling Works in Moorhead. These guys were in business a long time. I've actually found Hutchinson soda versions of these. Oh, there's so much glass in here, I can barely get my trowel through. That's some kind of beer bottle. Machine made, either just before Prohibition or into Prohibition. Could be a near beer non-alcoholic piece. Some of the stuff is just wedged in here. Let's see. Yeah, maybe a spring water bottle. I think it's another spring water. Prohibition era. And either an extract or a medicine of some sort, machine made. Another Ham's Prohibition era soda. Some groundwater in it. And a metal cap. Owens. This one's from 1930. You see that diamond in a circle has the Owens Illinois Glass Company mark, and it's got the 0 to the right. So, a 1930 prescription bottle. And Prohibition ended in 1931, so we're still in that Prohibition era. Looks like another flavoring extract. Yeah, another machine-made piece. And down here, I kind of dug a test hole down. It's got a lot of pieces down here. Let's see here. Got a beer. It looks green, but it's actually aqua. It's got some contents inside of it still. Oh hey, Raleigh's. Yeah, machine-made Raleigh's bottle. This was a popular product back in the day. I think it was a competitor to Watkins, actually. And another. Oh wow, this is something. That's amazing. Gillette's high-grade extracts. This thing might be older than the other bottles in the pit here. Yeah, that's a tooled top. That's an oldie. It's got that owl on the moon. I've dug some of these in Yankton, South Dakota. And another Raleigh's machine made. Might actually have some contents in it there. Okay, this is strange. This is a Dr. SB&H company medicine. You see the embossing on the bottom. So this seems to predate some of the pit here. This was a product called Peruna. I think it was a patent medicine. Maybe had a considerable amount of alcohol. It's actually machine made, but yeah, this definitely predates most of the stuff we've pulled up. All right, now, yeah, this bottom layer is just absolutely loaded. Got another patent medicine bottle, no embossing, machine made. Looks like there's a plate down there I'm trying to get to. A bunch of bottles though, machine made extract. And another, the shoulder blown out. What do we have here? Might actually have some intact china from the brass rail. Another Raleigh's patent medicine bottle. Yeah, I think this stuff's intact. No way. So this to me is very significant. I wonder if it has any markings on it. So, I mean, this was a well-known restaurant back in the day. Folks still talk about it. I'd have to clean it up to see, but that's an ironstone china plate from the Brass Rails restaurant. I wonder if we have another one next to it here. Feels intact. Don't want to break it. I have to kind of carefully dig around it here. Another intact plate. Oh, that's a dinner plate there. I think the other one was a dessert plate. Yeah, this one does have some markings. What do we have here? OP Company, Syracuse, China. Kind of a green stamp. It's probably from the 1910s, 1920s. I wouldn't mind finding a whole like dinner set down here. That's interesting. And a ketchup bottle. And a little like a butter pat type plate. That's strange. They all showed up down here. Maybe someone dropped them down by mistake. I'm sure there's an interesting story behind it. Well, we've dug it down to bottom in a few places here. Another Prohibition extract bottle. And I think we're nearing the edge. It's been a long day, so looking like we're gonna finish up here soon. Got another extract bottle. I know a lot of this stuff's somewhat generic, but it is very significant for the history of the area. Another extract. You can see that brown color on the ground. Waste from the outhouse, basically. Another machine-made extract. And it looks like a medicine, possibly a panel piece. There's no embossing on it. And another machine-made extract. All right, this pit's done. Here's the haul. I concluded this was an outhouse pit used by the brass rail in the 1920s and 30s. Got a bunch of Prohibition era artifacts. Some medicines, that mason jar, those water bottles and those sodas. Some of the most significant finds, in my opinion, were the plates. I also got some beer bottles, all those flavoring extracts in that jelly jar, some prescription bottles, ketchup bottles, a toiletry, and some liquor flasks. Well, there you have it. It's been a long day. We'll get this thing filled back in.